Be sure to subscribe to The Loading Crew for new TTRPG videos almost every day. Also, if you're interested in supporting the channel, check us out on Patreon. Alright, on with the story. I posted this game last night, but I'm posting it again for all you morning fags. Story starts below. So in my D&D 3.5 game, Death is a living entity, right? I gave him Divine Rank 0 for shits and giggles, in case the players ever felt like slaying Death and starting on their way to godhood. Anyway, as per every Death ever, my Death lets people challenge him to a game of their choosing. If they win, they can come back to life with no level loss or anything. Of course, Death rarely loses. Not only this, but he can choose not to allow a particular challenge. He often only does this in case of, lol, let's play I win you lose. The party consists of a fighter, cleric, binder, and wizard. In an almost total party wipe, everyone but the binder died. Damn nasty Frostborn nest that was. I'd never seen so many 20s. All three naturally challenge Death to a game. The fighter, thinking he's clever with his greater cleave and such, challenges Death to a goblin slaying contest. First one to kill the most first level goblin warriors, out of an infinite number, in 1 minute, 10 rounds, is the winner. Death pumped out a bunch of AoE spells, making good use of his quicken spell, and won. The cleric challenges Death to a game of pleasing the cleric's god, Paylor. Whomever performs the most acts appeasing Paylor in 24 hours wins, Paylor himself deciding. The cleric enters into a meditation and communes with his deity that he only entered this pact to have things done in his favor. Therefore, anything Death ends up doing should be counted for him as well. He then performs a ritualistic dance to one-up this number so that it wouldn't be a tie. Death then goes to slay a bunch of Paylor followers, and Paylor is so pissed that even though the cleric won and was revived, Paylor smites him back into the dust. Death laughed and asked if he'd like to play another game, but the cleric just said no. Finally, the wizard challenges Death to a game of wits. Wow, wizard, way to be original. He proposes that they ask each other riddles until someone gets 3 wrong. Death just made up a bunch of shitty riddles with no real way to answer them unless you were really, really lucky, or on his same thought process, and won. So I'm laughing my ass off right now. Suddenly, the binder says he wants to challenge Death to a game for his companion souls. If the binder wins, they're all revived. He loses, Death can then take him too. Death says sure, so the binder challenges Death to a game of planar hide-and-seek, with Death as the hider and binder as the seeker. Death wins if the binder can't find him within 2 weeks. No invisibility, no scrying, no disguises, etc. are allowed. The binder spends the time fighting the Frostworms who so violently defeated his allies. Naturally, he loses, and Death pops up to take him to the afterlife. The binder just smiles and says, "Found you." Death giggles so hard, he decided to revive the binder along with his buddies. And that's the story of how these players beat Death.